everybody. Welcome to the configuration and technical video for Firewatch. Get my screens open here. Okay. So I've got the game's installation on the left, and then the notes and everything will go over on the right here. In this video we'll be setting up the game, general and advanced settings when needed. This will hopefully put the game in the best playable state it can be. We'll start with the general settings in the game, the audio and video category. All of these settings are just really preference. Some games I will drop the music to about 50%. Older games tend to not blend music with sound effects very well. They can drown each other out. Newer games blend the music and sound effects better. Sometimes we'll even slightly auto lower the sound effects when cutscenes start, or when you need to hear talking. The next option would be subtitles. Enable them if you'd like to use them or not. The next category is gameplay and presentation. This game by default allows auto-saving, so you might as well turn it on and use it. You can disable head bob motion if it bothers you, meaning when your character's like walking or running, they kind of adjust side to side. That's what head bob is. It isn't super aggressive in this game or aggravating. Brightness 50% should be okay for most people. And then the graphics category, resolution, pick your preference here. I'm not sure why choices like 1920 by 1080 have multiple options. It seems like a glitch to me. I just picked the last one for the resolution size I wanted, so you'll probably see multiples in there. Full screen check, VSync check. This setting will lock your FPS to whatever refresh rate or the hertz is of your screen. For me it's 60 hertz, and 60 FPS is what I'm going for. It'll also prevent screen tearing in the game as well. If you want a description of that, you can look that up on the Wikipedia. There's a description of what screen tearing is and what it looks like. The above setting is technically not full screen. It is full screen borderless windowed mode, which is fine in most cases. It makes alt-tabbing programs and things quicker, and pressing the Windows key to get to your desktop and things like that. It is usually always better, though, to set a game to actual full screen or exclusive full screen when you can. It will get you the most performance in a game as well as the highest FPS. You can still alt-tab and things like that usually, but doing so in full screen, you may run into the game freezing or crashing. So just take those into consideration. And then there's a Steam launch command here. Go into your Steam library and find Firewatch. Right-click and select Properties in the General page. Copy and paste the following into the launch options. That's right here. I'll show you. So if you go into Steam, find Firewatch, you right-click, go to Properties, and then right here, this is Launch Options. A lot of other games you can do things like -intro, things like that, and it will automatically disable like intro screens and take you right to the main menu title screen of the game. But if you do this, it will try to force Firewatch into legitimate like full screen mode. So if you want to be in full screen mode, which I want to be, go ahead and copy and paste that in here. And there's no OK or apply. You just click X and it saves it, and you can go back and verify it's still there. So just like this, though, there can't be any spaces between this dash or anything. See how you just copy this and paste that in. The next section here is graphics, other settings, the main graphical options that you can adjust. Yeah, if your PC is anywhere close to being pretty modern and decent, I mean, if you can play like new Resident Evil 2 and 3 Remake, things like that, then you'll be fine for this game. So you could just max everything. So shadow quality high, world detail high or ultra. I think it's the only setting that had an ultra setting. SSAO high, light shafts high. Motion blur, I always turn this off in games. I don't like the effect, so I never use it. And then bloom is high. These two are not really going to affect much in frame rate anyway. They're just kind of effects. So adjust those how you would like them to be. The next section will be controls. Invert y-axis, that's if you want to reverse looking up and down. So with the mouse, if you tried to move it in the direction to look down, it would actually make you look up, and vice versa. Left-handed, right-handed, pick your dominant hand. And then mouse sensitivity, default was too high for me, so I put it at around 35. But my mouse is a Razer Death Adder version 2, I think. And it has its own DPI adjustments, so for the default range, I leave that DPI at. It was too high for me in the game, so I just adjusted it a little lower in the game. Then the last section is key bindings. It's no problem to play with a gamepad if that's your preference. I just generally don't play first-person games, especially first-person games where you need to aim and shoot. I don't play those with a gamepad because I'm one of those people that feel you can get better aim with the mouse. So I play those with the mouse, and I play this with the mouse. Yeah, I play most games with keyboard and mouse. My keybinds will be all over the place. I don't use the standard WASD, whatever you say, WASD for movement. I use the arrow keys and the extra keys on my mouse, and number pad I use for the actions like jumping, crouching, map, inventory, things like that. It's just how I learned years ago, and it's the way I'm comfortable with playing on a keyboard. All right, so that covers pretty much all the things here. I am going to finish this video with us going into the game directly and looking at these settings again, just so you can see a visual of it as well. And in the next video following this one, we'll be getting into the modding side of things for Firewatch. So thanks for watching this part. I'm just going to cut and edit here, and I'll see you into the game. Thanks. Bye. Hello everybody. Welcome to the video segment of the configuration and technical video. We're going to go into the settings here and take a look at them. Okay, so you'll have your general options and controls. And here's all the same settings we went over. Just show you what my adjustments are. If you wanted to use exactly what I'm using. Graphics. So here's where I was saying about duplicate resolutions. See, there's like 4 of these. I don't understand why they're listed that way. Look at all these 1920 by 1080s. So like I said in the first part, if you're wanting to run this resolution, just pick the last one. Here's the full screen vertical sync. All the settings here I use. And then the controls really don't matter too much because you can adjust those the way you want to adjust your controls. So those are the general settings here in the game. Let's see what this is. Special features. Okay, so you can play this game with like developer commentary while you're playing, which you're probably not going to want to do the first time. And then after you beat the game, you get a free roam ability where you can just walk, I guess, around the whole entire map. And complete Firewatch to unlock uploading, because you can upload pictures you take in the game to the internet, is what that is. But you got to beat the game first to unlock those. Alright, so that pretty much covers all the general configuration of this game. Nothing too complicated. This game is made in the Unity engine, and most Unity made games don't really have any outside of the game adjustments you can make, and they usually don't have very many mods either that you can apply to the games. So Unity games are pretty cut and dried when it comes to configuring and editing them. There's only so much you can do. So that'll conclude this video, and the next video we'll start doing a little bit of the modding and discussing that. So thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Bye.